In the shadows of Mount Everest, a train awaits. But be warned, those attempting to reach the summit must face him.
In the heart of Disney's Animal Kingdom, a towering mountain looms over the park, the fabled home of the legendary Yeti. Expedition Everest, Legend of the Forbidden Mountain, opened in 2006 to immense fanfare, offering guests a thrilling rollercoaster experience through the icy peaks of the Himalayas. But while the ride itself became a guest favourite, its most ambitious feature, the massive Yeti animatronic, would soon become one of Disney's most infamous technical failures. In today's video, we're taking a deep dive into the history of Expedition Everest, its development, the groundbreaking technology behind it, and, of course, the downfall of the mighty Yeti.
Expedition Everest, a chilling new ride at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park.
When Disney's Animal Kingdom opened in 1998, it was unlike any other Disney park, centred around real-world animals and conservation rather than traditional fantasy settings. But something was missing. Originally, the park was supposed to feature an entire land called Beastly Kingdom, dedicated to mythical creatures like dragons and unicorns. But when that project was scrapped, Animal Kingdom was left without a major thrill ride, and Disney needed something grand, something that would redefine the park and draw in crowds looking for high-speed excitement. Enter Expedition Everest. In 2002, Disney announced a new roller coaster set in the Himalayas, themed around an encounter with the mysterious guardian of the mountains, the Yeti. But this wasn't just another coaster. Disney promised that Everest would be one of the most immersive attractions ever built, featuring a first-of-its-kind ride system, elaborate storytelling, and the most advanced animatronic they've ever attempted. To bring Expedition Everest to life, Disney's Imagineers embarked on one of the most ambitious projects in theme park history. This wasn't just a roller coaster, it was an entire world-building exercise, combining cutting-edge engineering, cultural research, and storytelling on a scale never before attempted in a Disney park. The first challenge was the mountain itself. At 199 feet tall, Expedition Everest became the tallest artificial peak at any Disney park, just 1 foot shy of the 200-foot FAA regulation that would require an aviation warning light. But creating a realistic Himalayan mountain in the middle of Florida required some creative thinking. The design team spent years studying the Himalayan region, travelling to Nepal and Tibet to observe the architecture, landscapes, and cultural details firsthand. Every aspect of the mountain's design was rooted in authenticity. The jagged peaks of Everest itself were blended with elements from other Himalayan mountains to create a unique yet instantly recognisable silhouette. To build the structure, Imagineers used 1,800 tons of steel, the most of any Disney attraction at the time. The mountain's exterior wasn't just a simple rock facade, but an elaborate framework of scaffolding, wire mesh, and hand-sculpted concrete. In fact, the outer rockwork alone took over 3 years to complete, with every inch designed to simulate the natural erosion patterns of a real mountain. To add even more realism, Imagineers took painstaking efforts to age the structures. Buildings in the queue were intentionally weathered, wooden support beams were artificially rotted, and prayer flags were torn and faded to simulate the effects of time and the harsh Himalayan environment. But Everest wasn't just about the mountain, it was about what happened inside. Disney needed a ride system that could seamlessly blend storytelling with high-speed thrills. Instead of a traditional out-and-back roller coaster, they designed a groundbreaking track layout featuring multiple switch tracks, allowing the train to move forward and backward dynamically. This required an entirely new ride mechanism. The coaster's track is actually made up of 4,000 feet of tubular steel, supported by a massive internal steel structure separate from the mountain itself. This was necessary because if the track were connected directly to the rockwork, the vibrations from the coaster would have slowly cracked and weakened the structure over time. To make the ride even more intense, Imagineers incorporated an innovative switch track system, one of the first of its kind in a Disney coaster. So when the guests reach the broken tracks at the top of the mountain, a massive mechanical switch moves them onto a secondary track, sending them plummeting backward into darkness. This backward section includes a 250-degree spiral descent, creating a disorienting sensation of being completely lost inside the mountain. But the real star of Expedition Everest wasn't the mountain or the track, it was the Yeti. Disney wanted to create the most lifelike, fearsome animatronic ever built. And at 25 feet tall, the Yeti was the largest and most advanced animatronic in Disney history, designed to move with incredible power and speed. To achieve this, Imagineers developed a state-of-the-art internal frame using an aircraft-grade steel skeleton reinforced with hydraulics. The Yeti's movements were designed to be incredibly fast. Its lunging motion was so powerful that it could reach speeds of up to 20 feet per second, requiring an enormous amount of force to operate. The animatronic skin was made from a flexible silicone material which allowed for more natural movement and the illusion of real muscle and flesh beneath the fur. The Yeti was meant to be the single most thrilling moment of the ride, a towering beast that would swipe at guests as they raced beneath it. But this technological marvel would soon become Disney's most infamous failure, a story we'll explore in more detail later. Between the groundbreaking ride system, the intricately detailed mountain, and the record-breaking animatronic, Expedition Everest was shaping up to be one of the most complex theme park attractions ever built. But would it live up to the hype? The answer would soon be revealed. So Expedition Everest officially opened to the public on April 7th, 2006 and was immediately praised for its immersive queue, thrilling drops and stunning scenery. The ride experience begins in the village of Circazong, where guests board a train operated by the Himalayan Escapes Tour Company. And the goal? A scenic expedition to the base of Mount Everest. The queue is packed with incredible details, from real Nepalese artifacts to an entire museum dedicated to the legend of the Yeti. Every step builds the mythos, reinforcing the idea that the Yeti isn't just a legend, it's real. And as the train departs, guests travel through bamboo forests and up the mountain's first lift hill. But something's off. At the peak, the tracks have been completely destroyed, torn apart by the guardian of the mountain. The train suddenly plummets backward into darkness, through a high-speed helix as eerie shadows of the Yeti flicker on the cave walls. And then comes the big moment, the grand reveal. As the train races through the mountain's interior, guests come face to face with that Yeti, who lunges at them in a final heart-stopping encounter before the train speeds down the final drop. It was an unforgettable finale, but there was just one problem. The Yeti broke. And it never truly worked again. Shortly after Expedition Everest's opening, the ride's biggest selling point, the giant lunging Yeti, was suddenly still. And the problem? The Yeti's internal support structure had started to crack due to the immense stress of its powerful hydraulic movements. If the animatronic continued to operate, it could cause serious damage to the entire mountain structure. The only way to fix it was to shut the ride down for months, something Disney wasn't willing to do. Instead, Imagineers devised a quick fix, on what's come to be known as the Disco Yeti. So rather than moving, the animatronic was illuminated by flashing strobe lights to create the illusion of movement. And that's how it remained, for nearly 2 decades. Despite numerous promises to restore the Yeti, no permanent fix has ever been implemented. The engineering challenge is daunting. Repairing the Yeti would likely require dismantling a huge portion of the mountain, something Disney has been reluctant to do. Over the years, the Disco Yeti has become a running joke among fans, a symbol of how even Disney's most ambitious projects can fall victim to engineering nightmares. But despite its infamous animatronic failure, Expedition Everest remains one of Disney's most beloved thrill rides. Its blend of high-speed adventure, immersive storytelling and breathtaking scenery make it a must-ride attraction at Animal Kingdom. And as for the Yeti, Disney occasionally teases a potential fix, but as of now the legendary beast remains frozen in time, an epic piece of theme park history, both in its triumph and its failure. So the next time you ride Expedition Everest and see those flashing strobe lights, remember, you're witnessing the ghost of Disney's most ambitious animatronic, forever stuck in disco mode. So what do you think? Should Disney finally fix the Yeti, or is the Disco Yeti here to stay? Let me know in the comments below. Please consider giving this video a like as well if you've enjoyed it. It's hugely helpful to this new channel growing. And also please consider subscribing to my channel as well for more of these theme park nostalgia videos. I've really enjoyed starting this channel off and doing them. We've got so many rides and attractions to look at, but always drop in the comments and let me know an attraction you'd like to see me do next. But if you do decide to join us, this growing community would love to have you here. If theme park nostalgia videos interest you, why don't you check out this video next? And as for today, safe journeys on your expeditions.